right, we're in Jacksonville, Florida. We're looking at a quadplex. There's a full line of quadplexes. The big Rockstar tour is behind us. They're just going in and checking the place out now. So this is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms per unit in this quadplex, right?
Anthony, that's correct. Yes, this right here, this is a 4160 square feet, 8 bedroom, 8 bath quadruplex. This is going to be our highest tier of investment. This is something that all of our investors love. You can really maximize the loan with this. You know, if a single family home and a quad are the same thing, might as well have 4 doors. At the price point it is, you can gain doors more affordably with a quad than with any of our other products.
Awesome. So we've been checking out properties all day. The full gang is in there. We're going to go check it out, see what it's all about. All right, we're going to go check out one of the units right now.
So as you can see, the same standards exist. We're doing the LVP flooring. We're doing the granite countertop throughout. One of my favorite aspects of this quad is we went with the white cabinetry in the restrooms and the kitchen, try to give it that more modern feel. We want to adapt to the times of what tenants are looking for.
Cool, so we got our first bedroom right here. We got Nick right there. We got our first washroom right here. No lights, so this, yeah. No lights with this unit, no.
We got the flashlight.
Absolutely.
We got the flashlight to it.
Yeah. So we got our lighting man right here.
Safety first, safety first.
There's a top tier production here. We do have our lighting team.
Yeah, so we got the ensuite bathroom here. So place is what, 80% done?
Yeah, absolutely. There's quite a bit left to go with these. I think we're projected a February completion time for the first 4 of the quads here. They're going to come in, detail the rest of it, obviously get the electrical going first and foremost. But this was the master bedroom here. We've got the same, the sink, the 1-person sink here. I want to say this is a walk-in shower to the right. So right here, we've got our water closet where your water heater is going to easy access. Obviously, there's no garage here, so we want to make it easy if there is any repair needed. Here's where your washer and dryer are going to go. Again, we just basing it off of our experiences. Tenants tend to have their washer and dryer. We have the space here for that. So here in the kitchen, again, we're using the white cabinetry on the granite countertops. We're trying to get the really modern feeling, what tenants are looking for. Obviously you can see the spaces where your stainless steel appliances are going to go. We're going to keep the same Frigidaire product that we've seen earlier today. I really love this product. They rent really well. Tons of demand in the area because there's not much like it. They've got their back patio here. An investor can take it upon themselves to create a nice lanai if they'd like. They can put the gutters up, and all of this, unlike what we've seen earlier today, the landscaping will be part of the HOA fee. So we're not expecting, a tenant to have a lawnmower. They don't have any place to put it. But this is one of our best performing products here in Jacksonville. So Anthony, even though this is a 4-door residential small multifamily, in terms of lending, in builder code, this is a commercial property. So one of the things that we have to have is the sprinklers. So other than the smoke detectors, we will have the sprinkler systems installed in all 4 of these units. All right, so Aiden, I know what you're thinking. This is not the final product for the stairs. This is just so the workers can get up and down. This will be metal as well as a hard plastic for the footing of the staircase once it's completed. Don't worry, we're not gonna let your tenants get any tetanus on these nails, okay?
So we've got the Florida swimming pool right back here. What's with the swimming pool back here, Austin?
Yeah, Anthony, so what that is a retention pond. Here in Florida, we need to use this as drainage. So we're gonna utilize this to help with the draining of the full community. As you can see, it stretches the length of the entire community. So this is gonna help 12 different quads. And also part of the HOA is maintaining this. We want to make sure that it's clean, that it's kept up in terms of it's all cut and can perform the duty that it's here for, its purpose.
So when you guys do quads, is it typically kind of part of a community like this or a row of quads?
Yeah, so, great question, Anthony. In Jacksonville, yes, with the price of land here, it is very expensive. So what we want to do is maximize an acre. In Jacksonville, we're able to do about 8 to 12 doors per acre. So that's why we're seeing the stack flats here. But no, in other parts of the state, like in Ocala or in Inverness, some of our, middle of the state where the land's much more affordable, we can do infill sites.
So you can buy just one little plot of land and build a quad there.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so we've got quite the setup here. It looks like 4 different AC units with this heavy bracket. What's all this about?
Yeah, so Anthony, what we've done here is we just want to secure your investment even further. So we've installed these so that these AC units they're not going anywhere unless we come in and have somebody unlock it for maintenance. But this is to further protect your investment. We want you to work with us for many more years. So the more we can protect it, the better.
What are you protecting it from? From like a hurricane or from thieves?
Everything.
Both.
The unknown. this will definitely keep it down from a hurricane for sure. But yeah, we don't want anybody coming in here. Not that the area would demand that, but we don't know. So we want to make sure that it's safe.
Yeah, got it.
So here we are. One of the things we want to point out, being that this is a commercial building and we have the sprinklers, this will be the sprinkler access for any engineer or maybe a firefighter that needs to come in a worst case scenario. We unfortunately can't get in, but that's for the benefit of us. Over here, we have, as you see, this is 4 doors, but we have 5 here. So one is going to be for the sprinklers and then one for each of the buildings.
So are all the utilities separate for each unit? So electrical separate, HVAC is separate, and water separate?
Yeah, Anthony, great question. So initially, they're all going to be collected together, right? And that'll come out of the investors, portal, right? They'll have some money in there. It'll all come out of that. And at that point, we'll have the meter reader come out, determine which units using what amount of wattage for power or how many gallons for water, and then we will charge them accordingly for the usage.
Okay, you said initially, but does that change in the future?
No, so initially the funds will initially be charged as one payment for the whole building, and then the appropriate amount for each unit will be charged.
So the rents per unit here, so for each of the 4 units, is actually higher than one of the duplexes we saw in Palm Coast earlier. So we're in Jacksonville. So is that just because Jacksonville is like a prime real estate market?
Absolutely. All the jobs are here, obviously, but in the location that we are right now, we're about 15 minutes from the ocean, just an easy drive to the coast. But around us, is all brand new shopping and groceries, bars, restaurants. This is where a lot of people want to live. Folks that can't afford to live right at the beach, this is where they want to live. This is the Mandarin area of Jacksonville. A lot of old money is here, but a lot of, affluent folks are living in this area.
Okay, and you were mentioning something about the beach, like equity coming from the beach outwards?
Yeah, absolutely. Here in Florida, equity starts from the coast and works its way in. Obviously, appreciation is going to grow regardless. Who's going to capture it is the real question. And it starts from the coastline. Here where we're at, we're about 15 minutes from the ocean. I personally live there. It takes me 17 minutes to get here. But this is a prime location right off of 95 and US 1, which are major transit for the city.
Yeah, and what's the population in Jacksonville?
It's 1.6 million roughly in the Jacksonville inner city area. But you got to remember, Jacksonville is 850 square miles. So it's a big stretch. And this is just in that Jacksonville inner city area.
Okay, so these are badass. We've got a whole row of them down here. We're going to go through the numbers on these properties right now. So this is a quadplex, Jacksonville, Florida, 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 2 in each unit. Square feet totals 4160. Purchase price $959,900. So that's $959,000 US. Completion date for these is January 24th. So you can see they're almost done. Just need the finishing touches on them.
Absolutely.
Down payment's going to be 40%. So total cash in is $429,000. That's closing costs, down payment, everything. 6.75% interest rate, which you guys help bring down.
Right.
And we're looking at a gross rent of $6,900. Now, something we didn't mention is you guys give conservative rent amounts. So
Absolutely.
What do you think realistically this actually rents out for?
So obviously what we need to do is make sure that we can rent the area. And, as this is a new market for us, and we'll know more as this is no longer a construction zone, we'll see those rents climb. But I think that if we look at, what's available in the area, we're seeing, rental ranges in the 2000s. I think that this will grow to that rather quickly, especially with the demand of housing here in Jacksonville. We're averaging about 100 people a day moving to the city. So it's a matter of time. People want to be closer to work. They want to be closer to the fun things to do here. The recreational stuff is like the beach or the great parks that we have here in Jacksonville. But yeah, this is my personal favorite asset to help my investors gain and to coach on. It's your best bang for your buck. You're getting 4 doors for $960,000 with not a commercial loan, but a residential loan. So this does identify as a single family asset.
Okay, so conservative rent amount is $6,900. You're saying it could go up to $8,000 fairly soon, or it's even there at completion. Vacancy loss, $276 a month. Operating income, $6,624. Property taxes, $1,200 a month. Insurance, $219. And then property tax discount for that first year is $566. So that's coming off of that $1,200. And maintenance, $132. That's estimating for conservative maintenance costs. Now, association, landscape, and other fees, $658. This is different from the single-family homes
Absolutely.
and the duplexes that we saw. So, can you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, with an HOA, we have to look out for the best interests of all 12 of these investors that come in. So we want to make sure that the community looks as good as on day one as it does 10 years down the road. So the HOA is going to cover that beautiful lake that we saw back there, the retention pond, which is going to help with our drainage and our runoff. It's going to keep all the all the grass and all the, which they're not there yet, but eventually we'll have some nice shrubbery around that's going to keep all that maintained. And with an infill lot, it's not going to need an HOA because it's standalone. But in the community setting, we need to keep the standards high standards.
Okay, so total all-in operating expenses are $1,644. Net operating income is $49.79. Minus your mortgage of $37.35, you're left with a cash flow of about $1,244 using conservative numbers.
Absolutely. And Anthony, one of the big parts of this type of asset, which is also available on duplexes and single family homes, it's just much more exuberant with a purchase price like this, is called cost segregation. What that is it's accelerated depreciation. So you can just depreciate a property. And as you all know, it's about 27 and a half years what the IRS deems. But in year one, you can use what's called cost segregation and take the first 5 years this year. So these are great if you need a tax break. Obviously, you're maximizing, you're getting 4 doors. And I know that 40% down seems like a lot, but you own 40% of the asset. That's going to make you so much more money than somebody somebody from the U.S. that can buy this with 25% in.
Yeah. So this is a big row that we're looking at, and that's because that's just what this project allowed for in Jacksonville. But you also do these quadplexes in other locations in Florida where it's like just an infill single lot in really nice neighborhoods, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we can do is obviously we can staff an area and just build one lot. In parts of the middle of the state, Ocala, where land is much more available, it's much more affordable, we can go ahead and build a vertical version of this opposed to the stacked flat that you're seeing behind us, where it's the 2 on the top and the 2 on the bottom. But yeah, we can do this anywhere. And if somebody has land and they'd like us to build on that piece of land, we will build what that land is zoned for. So if it's zoned for a quad, we will build that for them.
Awesome, Austin. These are badass. The upper 2 units have balconies right up front there. Or are those balconies or no? That's just entrances.
This is not the finished product. This is what you're seeing here. That's for the builders to get up and down. That's a temp staircase and a temporary balcony. That'll all be metal framing with a nice hard Trek footboards.
Okay, and then walkouts at the back for the 2 back units.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is what a Jacksonville quadplex looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Sunbeam Villas. Get them while you still can.
Awesome. Thanks, Austin.